Tube, it's Taryn. How is everybody? I hope y'all have had a great week. You might notice my new filming location. I'm sitting in the car in a parking lot, probably looking like a crazy person talking to myself, but that's okay. It won't be the first time someone's thought I'm crazy. Dax and Wyatt have state guard this week. And this week they're doing an induction ceremony for all of the new people. And this unit actually does a ceremony and makes a big deal out of it. And they invite the families to join them. And after the ceremony, they'll have a luncheon and everything. So I'm sitting in the car. It's around 8 o'clock. This is like my third time recording this because people keep arriving and I get off track and there are still people arriving. But I've got nothing to do until 10:30 when it starts, and then after the luncheon I've got nothing to do. We're at the Armory in Bryan, Texas, and it's like 2.5 hours away from our house, so I'm not familiar with town. So I don't want to leave right now and go do anything. I will maybe after lunch, because they still have stuff to do until like 5 or 5:30, somewhere around in there. I may go look around when I'm not so worried about making sure I'm back at a certain time or for the ceremony. So for now I'm just hanging out in the car. But I brought my stuff with me to do my video today, and I brought plenty of stuff to work on to keep me busy, even if I just hang out in the car all day. The big white thing, because the sun is still really low in the sky, it's a little fleece blanket trying to block out some of the sun and some of the glare, so nothing's going to jump out from there anyway. I did get some stitching done this week. The big deal, and most importantly, is I have a finish. Hooray! I'm so excited. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a glare, so I can't really tell what y'all are seeing if I'm doing all kinds of funky stuff. I did most of the back stitching on the way to the Renaissance Festival last weekend, but then we got on a road that was way too bumpy, so I had to stop, and I finished it up one morning this week. I don't know when it was, but I'm thrilled. That is my second finish for my Year of Whips challenge, and it's another finish from Stitch Mania from my starts last year. I think that's going to get me to 4 new starts for Stitch Mania in May that I'll be able to do. I'm trying to only start new things if I finished old things. If I finished what I started last year on that day, then I can start something new. Otherwise, I'm going to work on whatever I had started last year. Well, I guess this year. But I'm hoping that I can actually get 6 things finished before Stitch Mania and see how that works out. You know, last week I was struggling with wanting to start something new, but trying to get things finished for my Year of Whips challenge. In order to do what I really would like to do for the Year of Whips challenge, I need to finish something every month. I need a finish every month. Some of them, I think that's going to be pretty easy for me to do. There are some bigger things that I think that's going to be pretty challenging. Like the Brooks Books Animal Advent. There are 25 animals, and I have done almost 2. I haven't even finished 2. So to be able to get that knocked out in a month is really going to be tough. I need to be working on it continually, but I haven't. But anyway, I wanted to start something new, but at the same time, I really wanted to work on my Year of Webs challenge, and I figured out how to satisfy both of those, and so that's what I did. My daughter had given me this. I think she gave it to me for Mother's Day this year, and I had started it, and I think I had the O done. I may not have even had the O all the way done, but I had used the thread in the kit, and it's awful. And that's why I hadn't worked on it, because I hated the thread, and I had to take it out and all of that. If you have this kit, just throw the thread away and use DMC or a thread of your choice or whatever, because it was awful. But I pulled that out, and I had some variegated floss, and so I used that to start over. And I'm really liking the way that this has come out. I enjoy working on it, and except for the black fabric is, as you all know, a little bit difficult. But I do enjoy it. I like the fact that now I'm working on it, and because I would hate for my daughter to think that I didn't like the gift, because I did. So at least now I'm getting to work on it. But look at this. I counted to center that. Does that look centered at all? I wasn't even drunk or anything. I guess I can't count. And then because we have spent a lot of time in the car driving, like I said, I worked on the Snails in Love piece when we were going to the Renaissance Festival last weekend. And then yesterday we have a client who's 94, and I think his wife is 89, and they're in a nursing home, and so we drive to Austin to the nursing home and pick up his stuff for his tax return, and then after we repair it, we drive back up there and return it to him, and usually take him out to lunch when we're there and everything. Because we try to remember that our clients are people and make things as easy for them as we can, instead of just thinking of them as money. And so we have a few clients that are elderly. One is in a wheelchair that we have for a long time taken things to them, picked up their stuff, taken their stuff back, and some of them were quite a ways away from us, so that gave me time. I took my black cat, and I've gotten everything except for I've got to fill in the black, and then I will be done. So that was quite a bit of work that I got done yesterday, and I'm really excited to get it finished. So, and this one is from dailycrossstitch.com. I can remember. So, anyway, that's the stitching that I've gotten done. I do have some haul, and I don't think I showed you this. I think it was I made a little scissor fob. It's from, I have a kit to make earrings, the little angel, and to make them into earrings, but I only made the one angel and got irritated, so I didn't make the other one for the earrings. So I decided to put it to use. But the lobster clasp is too small to fit around the handle of the scissors I wanted to use it on, so I gotta get a new one. I could probably dig through my junk and find it, but why do that when I could just run to the store and get a new one and be done? I do have a little bit of haul, but I know, November and December, I'm not spending any money, and I didn't. These came from Listia, the stuff I got, and Listia works on credits, and I didn't buy any credits. All of the credits I have are from selling stuff. So I am within the technical realm of still doing what I'm supposed to do. I did have to look into the technicalities a little bit, but technically I still haven't spent any money. I got this by, it's P. Buckley Moss, and the pattern's called Terry Knot. I just thought that was kind of cute. So, but look at this. I probably won't even need to have my glasses on to read this pattern. Look how big that is. That's nutso. But anyway, I got that. And then I got just some floss, just various floss. If I see that, I'll usually bid. A lot of times I get outbid, but not always. And so I have some floss. And that's it for this, for what I've worked on this week. I've got 4. I've got 4 different cross-stitch pieces, whips, that I can work on while I'm sitting here today. And that's plenty to get me through, even if I decide that I don't want to go into town and look around or anything later. I've also got a book to read. I've got plenty of stuff to keep me busy. I got polish. I'm going to polish my toenails in a minute. But that's all I've gotten done. I am probably next week going to do my video on Friday morning instead of Saturday. We'll even have to see how much stitching I get done. Our kids turn 18 on Monday. Dear God, how is that even possible? And then I'm pretty sure people are going to show up at my house on Wednesday for Thanksgiving. Nobody's actually told me when they're showing up, what they're bringing, any of that stuff, so I'm kind of in the dark, which is pretty standard. But I'm going to go to the store tomorrow. I always buy the turkey and all of that, so I'll just go take care of that. And we always have far too much food, which is just the way I like it. I hate to run out of food. So I'm not really worried about it. If they show up on Wednesday, if they show up on Thursday, it really, either way is fine with me. And then Friday night, Dax and I leave to go to Vegas, and we will not be home until December 5th. I don't know if I'll record a video while we're in Vegas. I'm going to try. I'm going to take some stuff with me to work on, but we are actually in class during the day. And then we usually go do stuff at night. We do try to squeeze in some time to just relax and everything. So we'll see how that goes, how much stitching I get done. But I will, like I said, I'm taking stuff with me, and I'll leave it in my carry-on so that I can stitch while I'm sitting in the airport, because there will be plenty of time for that. So I think that's it. Last night, Dax and I, on Friday nights, we usually stop at a little bar on our way home, and because they have $8 pitchers of beer. And we'll stop and get a pitcher of beer and sometimes something to eat. And last night, while we were there, we were talking about what we were going to do in Vegas, you know, planning our time, our evenings, and everything to make sure we do what we want to do, but that we're not missing out or forgetting something that we wanted to do. And he was talking about maybe on Saturday going to do the tour at the Hoover Dam. And I told him, well, if we're going to rent a car and head out of town, on our way out of town, there's a really big stitching shop. And he looked at me like I had lost my mind. And I just laughed and told him, it's okay because I'm on a zero budget for November and December. So And I think I've committed to like $5 or $10 through June of next year. So there won't be any stops at Stitchy stores for me. But then I told him how much that I had, because I think right now I have 25 whips. It may be 24 since I finished the snails. I don't know. And I have 49 or 50 kitted projects. And I told him that, and he told me that it was time to cut me off. that I may be obsessed. And I didn't tell him that that was just cross stitch, and that that didn't include embroidery or sewing or crochet or any of that stuff. That's just cross stitch. But I had to laugh at him. It's okay. He's just as obsessive as I am, so he can't really say too much. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. I hope everybody has a great week. If you're in the U.S. and celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're going to be with family, I hope everything goes well and that there are no family fights. We don't generally do that at my house. We're pretty easy to get along with. So I don't anticipate anything except for a lot of overeating. If you're not in the U.S., I hope you have a great week too. And I hope everybody gets lots of stitching done. I'm going to see if I can't knock some stuff out while I have several hours where I'm not obligated to do anything else today. Like I said, I brought four different things with me so I can switch off if I get bored. And I'm actually, my husband thinks I'm nuts and that I'll get tired of sitting here in the car. But I'm actually looking forward to just being able to sit here and stitch. Even if it's sitting in the car, it does not matter one bit to me. I'm going to start playing some Floss Tube videos, and I've got my charger, so it's all good. And just stitch and have a relaxing, pleasant day. Like I said, even if I'm sitting in the car, I don't care. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great week, and I will probably see you next Friday, and we'll see while we're in Vegas. I don't know, maybe I'll play around and maybe post some stuff about what's going on while we're there. I don't know. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great week, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. It's truly, truly appreciated. Thanks. Bye.